welcome back to Ty's Outdoors. Today is April 20th and I'm back in the Morel patch. And I left about 4 mushrooms here for me to harvest, and so we're going to get to these mushrooms. I'm going to pick them, I'm going to take them home, and I'm going to show you how I like to eat them. So let's get to picking these mushrooms. And this time these are gray morels. I think I've only found 1 morel so far this year. I haven't found any more. And I heard that the gray morels tasted a little bit more earthier than the other morels did. So we're gonna find out here soon. I don't eat that many grays because I don't find that many. Here's one grown beside an old grapevine. Looks like it's in great condition. It's perfect harvesting size. Oh yeah, there's not a thing wrong with this mushroom at all. It's mint, and they do have a distinct smell to them too. Oh yeah. All right, I got a couple more mushrooms. Is that okay? Don't want to forget my little stick here. Okay, everybody. Here's the largest morel of the day, and it's about, I'd say, 20 yards from the last morel, and there's not that many out here in the woods. They're just really spread out between morel. Like, I can't find them in one singular patch, so I really have to scour the woods far and wide in order to find morels. And I just so happened to stumble upon that one up there, and I found this one down here just later on in the last video. And then just yesterday, I did not film, but I did find a couple more down the creek, and I'm also going to harvest those as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get to picking this one. Let's see if you guys see that real well, but it grew differently because of the vine here, and it's really hard to get up under there. So I can pick it. Wow, that's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was. There's a little hole in there, but it don't look like there's anything got inside of it. It's a perfect. Wow. Okay, now I'm gonna get down to the creek. I'm gonna pick that other one for you guys. This is what we've harvested so far, and then I got a couple more to pick, and that should be just enough for me to have a little snack before I have dinner. Even though I already knew where this one was, it's still hard to find every time I walk up on it, because it's still kind of small. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick it anyways. You guys go ahead and see that it's growing out of the moss out of just the side of this creek bank here, and it's a perfect little morel. But like I said, they're not growing in patches, so they're just growing one by one here and there. Because this morel is about 50 yards away from the last one. So I'm going to go about 75 yards up the creek here, and that's where I have my last morel I'm going to pick. So let's go ahead up. Okay, here's the last morel. This one's the furthest one from each and every single one of them. It's not bad size. It's still really moist and firm. No decay whatsoever, except for, I think, maybe a bug or a millipede must have, or slug, must have chewed a little hole on top. And actually, sometimes, since it is a spring and the turkey are spreading out a little bit, they'll walk through your mushroom patch, and sometimes you'll see just the tops missing of your mushrooms. And that's because the turkeys, they'll walk through and they'll just peck the heads off your mushrooms and eat them. And I've done that. I've walked through my patch many times with every single mushroom. Just the tips of them were bit off. So here's all the morels I've collected so far today. I'll see you guys back at the house when I put these guys in the frying pan. Okay, everybody, I got a simple recipe. I got my morels here. I had them soaking in water for just a little bit. And the only thing I got is flour. And then I'm going to put a little bit of vegetable oil inside this pan here, and we're just going to fry them straight in flour, and that's the way I like to make them. So I'm just going to rinse these things off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half. Like this. One thing you'll notice about a morel that it's hollow on the inside when you do cut them in half. And if it's not hollow when you cut them in half, then you got something different, and I would not eat that. Okay, I got my stove turned on medium high, and I'm gonna add about maybe an 1/8 inch of oil, just enough to cover the whole pan. Just a little bit. Okay, while that thing's heating up, we're gonna roll these in the flour. So just throw your pieces straight on the flour. Alright, I believe it's hot enough. Oh yeah, it's definitely hot enough. Might be too hot. Turn it down just a little bit. Lay these guys in. Well, see, that one kind of broke, which is fine. Yeah, it might be a little too hot there, but I'll turn it down. Okay, these morels don't take long to cook, so we're gonna flip them here. It's about a minute on each side, and that's maybe even 2 done, but that's how I like it. So I'm gonna grab Alright, I think it's about time for us to flip these. Alright, I got me a plate with a paper towel on top of it, so I can soak up all the grease. These little pieces are done already. Of course, since they're smaller, they're going to get done faster. I like mine between crunchy and soft in the middle. That's perfect. There we go. Let these cool down for a second. I'm going to tell you exactly how they are. And I like to cook these very simply with just a little bit of flour, not a bunch of spices, not a bunch of this, not a bunch of that, because so I can actually taste the mushroom. I don't want to ruin the flavor of the mushroom. And sometimes when you overcook it, you can actually ruin the flavor too. But there's no such thing as cooking it too done, because morels can be dangerous if eaten raw. So let's try it. That's done perfectly. Good meaty texture. You still get that really earthy flavor. Welcome to my first end of the video special. I'd like to give a special shout out, and sorry if I mess up your name, to Sleisha Show and Derek Butts. Thank you for leaving the most comments. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good time. Thank you. Welcome to my first end of the video special. I'd like to give a special shout out, and sorry if I mess up your name, to Sleisha Shell and Derek Butts. I appreciate you guys for commenting on my videos, and I hope you guys have a good time. Thank you.